Hello, everybody. I hope you are having a great week so far. So my name is Amy, and I thought I'd start this video by talking a little bit about my experience with Turner syndrome. So I was diagnosed when I was about 13 years old. I had never heard of Turner syndrome. I knew nothing about it when I was diagnosed. It was crazy to start because, the infertility aspect didn't really hit me at that point. I was only 13 years old. To me, actually, funny enough, the worst part was the growth hormone taking needles. I was terrified of needles. So to me, that was like my world ending, knowing that I was going to have to take needles every day. But, I have tried not to let having Turner syndrome stop me from accomplishing the things in my life that I would like to. I am a fitness coach through Beachbody, so we do at-home workouts. They are full nutrition programs. They come with recipes, at-home workouts. So, you can do it from the comfort of your home, which is something that I found super helpful for me. That's not everyone's niche, but for me, with my busy life, it just made the most sense. My other new side hustle, I've become a senior loved ones consultant, as well as I work full-time at Centennial College, which is in Toronto, Canada, which is where I'm located. Should have started with that. So I'm 36. I live just outside of Toronto, Ontario, Canada. As I mentioned, I was diagnosed when I was 13. But I've tried not to let it define me. But, certain aspects obviously have stayed with me. One being weight issues, pretty much my whole life. So what I'm going to be talking about today is 5 steps to getting started in living a healthier lifestyle that I use for my clients, as well have worked for me in the past. Okay, so number 1 is getting started is the hardest part, guys. It can be intimidating. It can be scary if you don't know where to start, how to start, what to do, which is a lot of people's problem. It's easy to say, okay, well, I can eat healthier, but what exactly does that look like, right? So it can be very intimidating to get started if you don't know what you're doing. Okay. The other key with getting started is realizing that this isn't going to be an instant thing. Okay. It actually takes 21 days to form a new habit. That's right, 21 days. That's 3 weeks to form a new habit where your body starts to get used to it and crave that, whatever it is. Okay, so yes, your first few days are going to be hard. You may be unmotivated, but keep going because you will eventually get to where it becomes easier. Okay, so it takes 21 days to create a habit. The next key point of this is you need to discover your why. As in, why do you want to do this? And when you're looking at your why, it can't be something simple as, oh yeah, I want to lose 20 pounds. Okay, that's easy to say, but on those tough days, wanting to lose 20 pounds isn't going to give you the motivation to continue when you don't want to. Okay, you need to dig deeper. Why do you want to lose those 20 pounds? Oh, well, because, my cholesterol's been high and this has been high, or, this has really been bugging me medically and that would help. Or something simple like I've had moms, and it's just they can't even go outside and play with their kids for more than 15 minutes without being winded. So that could be, maybe you want to go outside and play with your nieces and nephews, or Your significant other maybe likes to hike, but you just physically can't keep up. So it's digging a little bit deeper than that, to discover your real reasoning to do this, because that's going to get you through your hard days. Going back to that will push you on those days you need it, because you will have those days. Okay. The other key thing when getting started, honestly, put motivation all around you. It may seem silly to some, it may seem ridiculous, but you need to do what you need to do. When I was first getting started, and I still sometimes do it, even something simple like putting Post-it note, maybe in your workout room that just says, you got it, or go get it, anything like that. I put a little Post-it note on my fridge. Do you really want this? I have a problem with snacking. When it's not even that I'm hungry, I'll have just eaten dinner like an hour before, but I'm bored, right? And so if that little note's on the fridge, every time before I go to open the door, I'm reading that and I'm thinking, okay, do I really need that, or am I hungry? Right? So put motivation all around you. Okay? So number 2 is healthy is not one size fits all. Okay, this is important to remember. The key to living healthy is finding what works for you. So what does this mean? What this means is experiment before you commit to something that may not work for you. So if you are the type of person that does not like running, it's just not your thing, your motivation shouldn't be to sign up for a 5K. Okay? Because if you go to sign up for that 5K and you hate running, you are going to dread your practice and your run you have to do every day to train, right? So doing something you don't like is not going to give you the motivation. So take some time, guys. Go to YouTube. You can contact me. Find me on Facebook. I'm Amy Polmans. I have, my site. It's definitely a reasonable price for a monthly, quarterly membership. We have thousands of workouts. YouTube, 30-minute yoga videos, boxing, anything. But try a few different things, and then that way you'll find something you like, so that you are looking forward to your workout, or whatever fitness activity you're doing. Because if you're doing something that you're not looking forward to, you're going to dread it. And then you're not going to want to do it. And that's when you slide and it becomes, oh, I will skip today. Okay? So it has to be something that motivates you and you like. It's also remembering that healthy looks different on everyone. Okay? So you gotta stop comparing your day 1 to someone else's day 60. Okay, so if you're looking online and you're seeing these people that have been working out for 6 months and they've lost 20 pounds, and you've been doing it a week and you lost 1, and you're disappointed by that. Okay, or if you're 4'10" and a certain weight, and you're comparing yourself to someone who's 5'9", completely different, guys. Their body is going to be completely different. They've got almost a foot on you, right? So you can't compare. It looks different on everybody. You need to worry about your healthy. Okay? So step number 3, nutrition. Okay? I personally am a huge believer in the 80-20 rule. So what this means is you still have to live a bit, okay? You cannot cut out every single thing you love. Because what happens is when you do that is you cut and you deprive and you deprive and you deprive yourself until one day you give in, and then all of a sudden you eat everything in one day that you've been depriving yourself of. Okay, so 80% of the time, you stick to that nutrition. You're eating healthy. That 20%, now this isn't 20% in a day. This is like, if you go by a week scale, for example, 20% of treats in a week is like 2 treats, right? Or 2 little less healthy meals. Okay, so it's okay to have that indulgence a little bit, but stick to the 80-20. Don't go crazy. For example, if you're really, really craving a cookie, okay, so that day you have that cookie, but you don't have 5 cookies. You have 1 cookie, and that's your treat, right? The next point is, if you're not eating properly, it doesn't matter how much you work out, okay? Fitness is it's the same actually. Fitness is about 20% of your results, and nutrition is about 80. Okay, so your results come from what you're putting in your body. So we have the saying, and it's you can't outrun the fork. Okay, so it doesn't matter what you're doing fitness-wise if all you're doing is putting junk in your body. You must start with your nutrition. Okay, part of that is reading labels. They're very, very tricky, guys. For example, there's in the grocery store, you can read on the front box of a cereal and it'll say, low in sugar, blah, blah, blah. But then you actually read the ingredients and the first 2 ingredients are sugar in a different version, right? So really learn to read your labels. And if there's kind of a key point here too, is if you can't understand the word, chances are it's not good for you to be putting into your body. So just be mindful of that. Another little key at the grocery store is they tend to put the healthier stuff higher up. The reason they do that is because when you're shopping, you tend to be peripheral version, straight ahead. So they put all the things that they want you buying right in the middle aisles. Okay, so look for the different versions of whatever you want to buy, higher or lower, and you will definitely probably see a difference in some of the calories, carbs, all of that stuff, okay? So definitely read your labels. My next tip for that also is if it's not in your house, you won't eat it, okay? So get the bad stuff out, guys. You can obviously keep those few things for your treat time, but keep them not in visible eyesight every time you go into the kitchen. Okay, so if you, for example, have that bag of cookies that's your special treat, put it in the back of a cupboard so that every time you walk into the kitchen, it's not the first thing you see, so your mind's going to go to it. Okay? Out of sight, out of mind. That's what you need to focus on. And again, if you live with kids or a significant other and you need a few different non-healthy things in there for them, put them in a cupboard and lock it if you have to. I honestly, it's a tip I've given to people, and I know people who have physically had to lock the cupboards. It's temptation, and I get it, but you need to do whatever you can. And that's just a little tip to help. Out of sight, out of mind. If it's not in the house, you're not even going to worry about it being tempting to eat. Okay? So next, number 4, an important thing too is to celebrate. You can't just focus on the number on the scale, okay? I get people all the time and they message me and they're sad they lost a pound in a week. Typically, a proper weight loss is, 1 to maybe 3 pounds a week. It's a bit of a bonus to lose more than that, but it's not regular and it won't be steady. 1 to 3 pounds a week is average good weight loss, okay? So be excited and celebrate those little things. You can't just celebrate, if you have, let's say 50 pounds that you want to lose. You can't wait until you hit the 50-pound mark to celebrate. Celebrate 5, celebrate 10, celebrate 15, because otherwise, again, you're going to lose that motivation along the way. Okay, so it's important to celebrate the little things and monitor it. Keep a journal. Every day, keep a journal when you wake up. How are you feeling? If you've been eating healthy for a few days, have you noticed that you've been sleeping a little bit better? Do you have more energy? Your first few days, you may write that, you're crabby or things are bothering you. If you have been eating unhealthy for a super long time, and then you cut out a significant amount of sugar, for example, your body is actually in detox. People detox from sugar addictions all the time, okay? And it will take time. Your body literally is detoxing, okay? But monitor it, because after those few days, you're gonna notice, hey, I'm sleeping better. Oh, I woke up and I just have so much energy today, more energy, okay? So you notice the little things, or, maybe you've lost 3 pounds, and to you that's not a lot, but maybe you just notice that your shirt fits a little bit looser, or your work pants just, fit just a little bit nicer. So make sure you're celebrating those little things as well, okay? And number 5. This one, I think, is definitely huge, okay? Find support, okay? Have a buddy, guys. You don't have to do it alone, and you shouldn't do it alone, okay? This is important, because you're gonna, again, have those bad days, and that's when having somebody really helps. It is the number one reason why my challenge groups are successful, because it's a community of like-minded people doing what they need to hit their goals, okay? Find an accountability partner. Even if you have a friend who, wants to start being healthy, you can text each other every day, what fitness did you do today, or what activity did you do today, or how'd you do nutrition wise? If you're having a bad day, I really don't feel like getting off the couch, they can give you that motivation, or you can motivate them. It's just nice to have that sense. Again, if you go on Facebook, there's different communities, there's all kinds of things you can find, okay? Tell your family, even ask them to keep you accountable. I tell my boyfriend, this week I'm really focusing on this. So if you don't see me doing this, remind me, yell at me, ask me what's going on, hold me accountable. Okay. Again, online communities, like I said, and the next one, when you fall, because you will. Everybody does it. It's going to happen. You're going to get off track with your nutrition. You're going to have a few bad meals in a row in a day. Something. You're going to have those days. The important thing is to get back up and not let it stop you. So if you ate like junk one particular Saturday, so then you make sure that when you wake up on Sunday, the first thing you get for breakfast is something healthy to get you back on track, and you go for an extra walk to burn it off or whatever. But when you fall, because you will, it's not if, it's when you fall, the important thing is not to stay back down and let it become your norm again, okay? Because you will have taken so much time to create the new habit, okay? The other couple other just key little things that I have for you, again, when it comes to nutrition, I find being prepared is key. What this means is prep your meals, guys. If you have a few hours on a Sunday, you can make 2 or 3 things freeze them, and then that way you've got them for the week. Because the number one thing that people do is they sit there and they think they know how their week is going to go. So they think it's okay and they think they're good and they'll be able to get on track. But inevitably, life happens. You know, whether that's, okay, I had to work an extra 40 minutes. Now it's 6:30. I've got to think of dinner. I'm on my way home. Well, it would be super easy to grab that burger from McDonald's or wherever, right? But if at home you have a healthy meal in the freezer, you can pop in the microwave for 2 minutes and it's ready when you get home, so much better, right? Because if you know that you don't have that waiting at home, you're going to choose that easy fast food option. So being prepared is super important. Even little things like I will take a half an hour on a Sunday night and I will cut up veggies for my snacks for the week. Because again, inevitably life happens. If I'm busy in a work meeting and I think I'll have time to chop them up to grab my snack and then I don't, and then I'll just grab something that's not as healthy, right? Whereas if it's cut up in the fridge for me, already portioned out in, per snack what I would have, then it's there. I grab it and I'm going to choose the healthy option if it's there for me. It's just a matter of being prepared and having it ready. So being prepared is key, guys. Okay? I hope this has been helpful. Again, Facebook, my name is Amy Polmans. I'm super easy to find because of my online businesses. My profile is not private. It's there. You'll see my name. Reach out. I'm even happy to do like a Turner syndrome nutrition community where we can share recipes, we can share tips. I'd be happy to run and set something like that up if that's something that many of you would be interested in. So definitely feel free to add me to Facebook, reach out to me. As I mentioned, I can give you workout ideas, YouTube, just Google, free 30-minute workout, 20-minute workout, however long you have. Or, but again, try different things before you commit to one specific thing for a long period of time. Okay? Again, feel free to reach out. I'm always here, and I hope this was helpful. Have a good one. Thanks.